Yo, what's going on, y'all? You're tuning into another exciting episode of the Mario Ramone review. And today we're going to review actually another show that's on YouTube, the T.S. Madison and Funky Dineva of the Queen's Court. Okay, so let me just start out by saying that I love them both, okay? But I didn't like them together. I didn't feel that there was like a chemistry or connection. I thought they were both good, but it's kind of like Prince was doing Purple Rain and Michael Jackson was doing Thriller. What they should have been doing When You Believe by Whitney and Mariah. You know how they were matched together. And so I just didn't feel that like the energy was together. And in some points, I felt that they were reading each other. Like when Funky Dineva was coming for TS and said that, when they were talking about the twins that embezzled the $20,000, and then Funky Dineva looked at TS and was like, "You know about that?" And TS was like, "Bitch, what you mean I know about that?" Like he pulled her card out the box, honey, and so it was just like little cuts and reads like that. Which, and then also on the chemistry with those two, they did say that it was a rainstorm or thunderstorm. So I know that I do not like rain, and I couldn't do a comedy show in the middle of a tsunami. Big 20-foot waves over my head, and I'm still trying to do a comedy show. So that I totally get. One thing I want to say about Funky Dineva is I know that they were ranking Funky Dineva about moving and getting evicted and everything, but she's not the first person to do it. Most of the Atlanta housewives have done it, and I'm not reading or cutting. I'm just saying that we look at them as a point of making it or a level of stability, but even they have issues, and even Donald Trump has gone bankrupt. So as a community, I don't think that we should take him down for things like that. And let's just stop. I know when he dishes it out, he has to take it, but I just want us as a whole to stop cutting each other with a rusty knife, bitch. Use a machete sometime, bitch. God damn. Like, we be cutting the kids. And let him sleep on your sofa, bitch, if he's going through something. Give him some food. And, I'm not saying he needs it, but I'm just saying instead of cutting the bitch down, do something to help. All right, so moving on, in the video that they did together, they touched on all the topics, but I can't do all the topics, okay? But I will talk about when Funky Dineva addressed Monique. And I didn't see anything bad that Monique said, but maybe he saw something else in that video. But I didn't see where Monique and Sydney said anything bad, but he read them with Stevie Wonder sunglasses on. He read them from behind, bitch. OMG, all caps. And he sentenced her to hell. So that's pretty much mean he was like, go to hell, bitch. Let's just keep this real. Oh my God, it's so early in the morning here. It's California, but I had to wake up and watch the show. And I just wanted to do a review on the Funky Dineva show. Not Funky Dineva, I'm sorry, on T.S. Madison, Queen's Court, because she's had like various co-stars. And my favorite one still to this day is even with Kaya. Add Kaya in there. But my favorite co-star that T.S. Madison had is Miss New York. When they pulled out those drawers with them shit stains on there and talk about they were Bobby Valentino's, allegedly, I almost blacked out and hit my head. I'm gonna sue a bitch for my concussion. Okay? I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. So I did like Latoya and Latavia. I call them both Latoya and Latavia. Whenever I see Latoya, I call her Latoya Latavia. Whenever I see Latavia, I call her Latoya Latavia. Don't sit down on it. It's like water is wet. Okay, so if you want to see where I am, I'm downtown Glendale right now. Actually, I'm having a meeting in about 15 minutes, and I'm doing a show tonight on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. So I'm gonna do, it's not a huge show, it's a small little show, but I want to get my feet wet and get back in there, and then I'm gonna start going back up to the Comedy Store and everything and things like that. I don't want to make it seem like it's bigger than I am. I'm going to go on Monday when all the rest of the 2,000 comedians are going. Everybody think they funny here. Child, boy, it's like everybody think they can sing on American Idol until Simon get to their ass. It's the truth. Another thing I wanted to point out, there's two things. So far as for Funky Dineva, I just want to say that is a well-spoken, articulate man when he doesn't have the wig on. He is when he has the wig on too, but I prefer to watch him just be himself. But maybe he's hitting on something, because if I brought a motherfucking bob wig, maybe I get like 20,000 hits. Okay, so you gotta have a brand and do something. So, and his hair is laid like Funky Dineva. Okay, I get it. All right, Nessa girl. So, the other thing is, Funky Dineva, when you stuck your whole wrist up your nose to pull that booger out, I almost threw up in my mouth and swallowed it like a silverback gorilla. I almost threw up in my mouth and ate that shit. I couldn't believe it. And you can't be blowing your nose these days. They'll say you have that Whitney Houston disease, child. It's the truth. I just heard somebody in back of me, so I had to turn around, make sure I didn't have to shank a bitch, honey. So that's all I want to say on the review. It was a great review, or a great show overall for the Queen's Court. I would give it maybe about a 7 3/4, almost an 8. It was almost an 8, but like I said, they just didn't mesh well. It's kind of like serving pancakes and ribs. I love them both, but they do not go together. Maybe chicken and waffles, but damn sure not pancakes and ribs. So how did you like the show? If you saw the show, did you like it? And I hope I didn't get them on my bad side, because like I said, I love them both. I think they're both talented. I think they are both unique in what they do, and I definitely support their cause. But I just wanted to do a review on their show and on the past shows. Like I said, Latoya Latavia, Funky Dineva. Oh, what is that one guy? He has a lot of children, and he pulled his wig off, and he said he still has children. Messy C, that was a good show too, but it was messy. There was another guy that was on there, not the one from last week from DC, which I liked him, but he was just trying to keep it a little bit too church mother. And I'm like, do you know, he was acting like Azalea. Like, when you come on a show like this, no, we are about to get down and dirty with it, bitch, even if you have on a prom gown, honey. He was like, oh, don't say that, and don't do that, and don't do that. We talk about fucking and sucking on this show. I mean, let's just be real, guys. So it's the T.S. Madison show. They've been talking about heifers for years, and this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. And but the one thing I do like about Funky Dineva is how he's able to throw his jabs in while the people are sitting right there. Like, even when he was talking to Jocelyn, and when he got Candy, you know, Candy still fucked with him. Even after the things he said about her on his previous shows, she still fucks with him, and that's a special gift and a talent. And I guess people know that he's not serious. They don't take it too seriously, and they fuck with him. And like T.S. Madison, I know he had a problem with T.S. Madison and Kaya when they first had their separation, but T.S. Madison had him on the docket. And I think not on the docket, but, you know, sitting there judging. I thought that was very honorable of T.S. to do that. But once again, it just felt like there was some tension there. It was something there. Like, you ever had a dish and something's missing? Like, bitch, is it basil or is it oregano? But something's missing. So there's something was missing, and maybe they should redo a show together when there's not a tsunami thunderstorm in Atlanta. And I used to live in Atlanta, so I know how the rainstorms go. All right, guys, listen, if you like the video, definitely like it, pass it on to your friends, and comment and tell us how you feel about the Queen's Court from last night. All right, thank you so much, and I will talk to you later. Thank you so much for your support, and I will talk to you later. I have to have this meeting right now. Peace.